Everything in life can change in an instant. A job lost, a friendship broken, a dream shattered. In these moments, the weight of uncertainty can feel unbearable. But what if I told you that there's a way to free yourself from worry and fear? A way to live with complete peace, no matter what happens. That's the power of trusting in Allah. But let's be honest, it's easier said than done. When problems hit, when life doesn't go as planned, when every door seems closed, it's hard to have faith that everything will be okay. You might even wonder, why is this happening to me? How do I trust Allah when things feel so uncertain? But here's something powerful to remember. Every moment of doubt, every struggle, is actually an opportunity for you to build unshakable trust in Allah. And when you truly understand what it means to rely on Him, your entire life will change. The first thing to understand is that trusting in Allah doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for miracles to happen. It means you put in the effort, you do your part, but then you let go of the outcome. You stop overthinking, you stop stressing, and you remind yourself that Allah's plan is always greater than yours. Think about a farmer planting a seed. He does everything he can. He waters it, makes sure it gets sunlight, takes care of the soil, but he can't force it to grow. That part is out of his hands. So he waits, trusting that with time, something beautiful will come from it. That's exactly how life works. You do your part, and you trust that Allah will bring the best outcome, whether you understand it now or not. And history has shown this over and over again. Some of the greatest miracles happened when people had absolute trust in Allah. Take the story of Musa. Imagine being trapped between the Red Sea and a powerful army ready to destroy you. The people with him were terrified. They thought it was over. But Musa, he stood firm. He knew that Allah would make a way, even when no way seemed possible. And because of that trust, the sea split open, creating a path of escape. Or think about Hajar. She was left alone in the desert with her baby. No water, no food, no shelter. Complete isolation. But instead of giving in to fear, she ran between the hills, searching for help, putting in effort while keeping her faith. And then, in that moment of trust, Allah provided the well of Zamzam, a source of water that still flows today. These stories aren't just tales from the past. They hold a lesson for your life. Because no matter how impossible things seem right now, when you put your full trust in Allah, solutions appear in ways you never imagined. But let's take this deeper, because sometimes trusting Allah doesn't mean things get easier right away. Sometimes it means holding on even when things get harder. Imagine you're going through a difficult time. You're doing everything right. You pray, you make dua, you try your best, but still nothing seems to change. It's in these moments that true trust is tested. Will you continue to believe that Allah's plan is greater than what you can see? Will you remind yourself that even delays and difficulties are part of His wisdom? It's easy to trust when life is going well, but real trust is proven when you hold on to it in the storm. Think of a child holding their parent's hand while walking through a dark path. The child doesn't know where they're going. They can't see ahead, but they don't feel afraid. Why? Because they trust the one leading them. That's the kind of trust you need to develop with Allah. But how do you build that trust? How do you reach a point where no matter what happens, you feel at peace? First, remind yourself that Allah's knowledge is infinite, while yours is limited. Think about it. If you could see every possible outcome of a situation, wouldn't you make choices based on what's ultimately best for you? Of course, but since we can't see everything, we make decisions based on our limited understanding. Allah, however, sees it all. He knows what's ahead. He knows what's behind, and He knows what's best for you, even when you don't. So when something doesn't go the way you hoped, remind yourself, this is part of something bigger. You may not see it now, but trust that one day you will. Second, look back at your own life. How many times did you worry about something that eventually worked out? How many times did you stress over something that, in the end, wasn't as bad as you thought? These are all reminders that Allah has always been in control. And just like He took care of you before, He'll take care of you again. Third, turn your trust into action. If you truly trust Allah, then act like it. Stop overthinking. Stop replaying worst-case scenarios in your mind. Instead, focus on what you can do and leave the rest to Him. It's like being in a boat during a storm. If you start panicking, running from side to side, the boat becomes unstable. But if you stay calm, if you anchor yourself in trust, the storm will pass without destroying you. And finally, talk to Allah. Tell Him your worries, your fears, your hopes. The more you open your heart to Him, the more you'll feel His presence in your life. And here's something beautiful. When you truly trust Allah, you become free. Free from the stress of the unknown. Free from the fear of failure. Free from the need to control everything. Because you know that no matter what happens, you're being taken care of. Imagine waking up every morning with that level of peace. No more overthinking, no more stress, just complete trust that whatever the day brings, Allah has already written what's best for you. This is what trusting in Allah can do for your life. It transforms worry into peace. It turns fear into strength. And it reminds you that no matter what happens, you are never alone. So the next time you face uncertainty, instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" try saying, "Allah, I trust you," because when you do, you'll see that everything, even the hardest moments, are leading you to something better. May Allah make us among those who trust in Him completely. And if this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to keep strengthening your faith, subscribe for more reminders. May your heart always be at peace, knowing that Allah is in control.